Hi, welcome back to Wine Mastery. We are going to taste a Tempranillo from that fabulous country, Spain, and we're going to do it in 1 second. So, Spain, one of your favourite places for wine?
Indeed, yes. Beautiful. Rioja, as we know, is my favourite. Tempranillo based grape, so this is one that I think I'm going to look forward to.
Okay, so let's just have a look at the label. It's called the Gathering Storm. Now, I understand from the text on the label and stuff that actually this is due to the fact that they get quite a lot of storms coming over from the Sahara, sandstorms, etc. So it's named after that. So I presume, I'm not checked, but I presume it's sort of like, must be in the southern part of Spain, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I was thinking exactly the same thing.
Exactly the same thing. Now, let's have a look at the price.
Yeah. Oh, I know someone who's going to be excited about this wine.
$6.99. Now, it's $7.99 if you don't, but we bought this from Majestic's, and it's $7.99 if you just buy it on its own. But if you buy it, with another 5 bottles of something or other, then actually it is $6.99. So we'll judge it on $6.99.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
That's what I paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
So, shall we begin by having a look at the colour?
Let us do that, John.
Now, I don't think this has seen much wood, has it?
Well, I shouldn't have thought so. Not of Tempranillo. I mean, what vintage is it?
The vintage is, I don't know, actually. We'll have a look at the label. That's a good question. Excuse me, I don't know that. And I'm struggling to find it on the label.
It's the problem with getting a bit older with the glasses.
Yeah.
Not on the front there.
No, it's not on the front.
No?
No. And not on the back. We'll edit this bit.
2022.
2022.
2022. It's not that young, that, is it, really?
No, it's not, is it?
2022, no, not in today's day and age, no. So, yeah, colour, I think that's got this kind of, it's got that ruby kind of colour, but
it's got a touch of blue in it.
Touch of blue?
Yeah, just on the rim there.
There's a blue box there, is that?
Maybe. No, I can still see it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I have to say, not as predominantly known with the blue box.
These little things go like at least you picked up on that. That's good, isn't it? I cannot knock that. Cannot knock his eye for that, can you really? Well done, John. Okay. Right, let's have a look at the art. So we've got the nice, I think, a light ruby colour.
Yeah.
Quite see-through as well, It doesn't look that depth in there.
No, it looks nice and light and bright. And yeah.
It doesn't need to have the depth, does it? It's a Tempranillo, so let's have a...
When you say it's a Tempranillo, would you expect Tempranillo to be light then?
Yeah, usually I would, unless you spend a lot of time in an oak barrel. But in general, the Tempranillo with a little bit of Grenache, wouldn't they? And then they make that into Rioja. That's usually what happens. But you can have Tempranillo on its own as a Rioja.
Okay. That's nice.
It is, yeah. You can smell how light that is. You can smell...
Yeah.
It's delicate, but there.
Look, it's quite sweet. Not in a sickly sweet, but just a sweet edge to it.
Yeah, these are...
You get strawberries?
Yeah, and red fruit in general, but right at the very end, that's where the strawberry really comes. Is like that's letting this. Yeah, that's what I am.
I guess that's where the sweetness is also coming from.
Yeah, quite possibly. Because I know what you mean by that sweetness. There's also that light. It should be in there, but a light. And I'm only saying this because of the Rioja thing. Light tobacco-y.
Okay. No, I'm not getting that at all.
No, don't worry.
It can almost be like a little sweetie.
Those,
as in, confectionary.
You could get those sour. What were they? Strawberry and cream sweeties as boiled sweets.
Yeah, the creaminess I get. Yeah.
That's. I mean, for sort of fair wine.
For $6.99, that's giving a lot up.
Yeah, I think this $6.99. I think there's going to be a recurring theme. Is definitely. Because again, every time, I don't know when you're thinking about it, because you smile. He's thinking about the price. Right, I'm going to go ahead and have a go on the old palate.
The strawberries come through for me.
Yeah.
To begin with, it seemed quite thin, but actually in a nice way, like refreshingly thin, not rather than, tasteless. And then Yeah, no, it's nice. It's
like-
refreshing. It's light.
I'm pulling that through my teeth like a lollipop, and but what I'm getting is the first hit for me is right on the tip of my tongue. There, my taste was, and I'm getting that strawberry that you're talking about. But like I say, it's not. It's very light. It's not delicate because it's there, but it's not. It's not heavy. It's like I say, it's refreshing. I bet that could take a chill, but then it does change. It goes on then to touch all different parts. It kind of gets me a little at the back there. The tannins come in, and the tannins are actually quite in your face, but they almost dissipate immediately. Then it creeps back in. You've got a little creeper.
Yeah, absolutely, and it is so refreshing. I just it's almost like pop, isn't it? And I was thinking that when you were describing that if you took quite a full rosé, this is like quite a light red. There's not a lot of difference between this and a full rosé.
I get that. It's almost like if you close your eyes and we taste that, you could just jump one level above a full rosé. I get you.
Yeah. And so I think that for someone that likes rosé but not quite sure whether they like reds, then actually this would be
very natural progression there. Yeah. That is, and I'm going to go ahead and say that $6.99 you might think, oh, but I'm actually going to go out on a limb and say that is actually a very nice bit of wine. It's a classy bit of wine. Like just that. I can enjoy this. You can enjoy this.
Yeah.
I bet someone who's starting the red wine journey, they could enjoy that.
Absolutely, yeah. And you'd have to say that I'd have to say that if we paid £10, I wouldn't be thinking I'd be ripped off.
No,
I'm not. I want them to put it up to that money, of course.
Make that very clear, John. Very clear.
Yeah, very, very clear. But no, that is incredible value for money in my book.
Yeah. I'll give you that, John. I'll give you that. Everything about this, this whole, as delicate as it is, it's showing for me class and style in there. It's not. It's not a one-trick pony, and that's really impressed me. Is that one? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Let's move on to pairing.
Pairing, I think I can go ahead and I know what I'm going to put with that.
Yep.
With the Delice de Cremier.
Oh, really?
And I'm only thinking that because there's a richness and a creaminess there, and like we've been smelling and finding in there, there's some kind of, I can't describe it, there's a creaminess in there. So I think those two together, only a little of the cheese, you don't need to go overboard, but just a little, just to complement that.
Yeah? I'd go with this in terms of food. I think I'd go for a light pizza. By light pizza, I mean sort of cheese, tomato, maybe some basil, rather than the sort of, an American style, more
full on,
sort of lighter Italian style. I think also white meats. You could probably it wouldn't be too heavy for something like a pork or something like that.
Yeah, easy.
And probably I'm not sure, but maybe you could just about get away with it with lamb.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, just about, I would say.
I think it's
versatile.
Yeah, it's the red berry in there that I think would be all right with your lamb. I think that kind of would work well, but very nice. So
I guess that made me think of then when you said that of duck as well. So you think I'm quackers, don't you?
Oh dear. One glass in. Where's this session going to take us? No, very enjoyable. Very enjoyable.
Very enjoyable. Okay, well let's move on to score. It's $6.99.
Yeah. I mean, like John said, even if that was £10, I think it would still be due a good score, and that's not disappointed me in a way, shape, or form. Admittedly, it is my style, and I do like that style. So that's kind of swayed me a little, but I can be very confident in giving this a There we go.
Okay, and I'm going to go 89.
Ooh, 92 I went for.
Oh, right.
I went over the threshold.
You did?
Oh, well, there's a number of reasons, but like you said, when I thought in my head, I'd pay £10 for that, and I'd be very happy with that. So when you go down to $6.99, I think that's beyond.
Yeah. I mean, the reason I didn't go is I thought maybe 90. It's not quite complex enough for a 90 score, but it's a fair point. At $6.99, that is incredible value. And then I don't disagree with your 92 score.
No, not at all. No.
On another day, I might well have given it that. So I'm just feeling tight today, obviously.
Today.
Even more.
Right.
Okay, there we go. Okay, guys, if you get an opportunity to taste this wine, let us have your comments. You can comment on what you think you would pair with it if you don't agree with us, or whether you agree with us. And if you've got any ideas about wines that you'd like to see us review, or any questions you may have about wine tasting, then please feel free to leave a comment or email us. So until the next time, we look forward to seeing you there. Chin chin.
Chin chin.